Good morning. I have a very happy occasion to talk about. My son Raymond, he's my second son, is going to open his new play called Bohemian Cowboy in Los Angeles. This coming February the 20th, it starts and has a run of 4 weeks at the Elephant Performance Lab in West Hollywood, which is Los Angeles. Oh boy, this son, he's written a lot of plays, and when he was in Phoenix, he did this very courageous thing, I thought. He formed a theater company. He'd been a gymnastics coach, but he had always been interested in performance, which in gymnastics, he always was a daredevil. He taught himself to do double backs, somersaults, the hardest stunts there are without even hardly anybody else helping him. He would practice and practice till he could do them. He was walking on his hands when he was 10 years old all over the place. So he just always had a lot of nerve, crazy nerve. So he started doing plays, and he was thinking about, he would do a classic here, and I said, oh, you won't be able to do enough new plays to make a difference, because nobody's doing new plays in Phoenix. So why don't you just do all new plays? Well, I didn't expect him to pay any attention to me, but he thought it was a great idea. So for 10 years, his theater company did nothing but new plays. And so he did a lot of other people's new plays, gave them a lot of excitement and hope. Oh, I remember we'd have a premiere of a new play. Oh, it was so exciting. It would open and we'd have the critics, and the critics were pretty hard on all these new plays because, they weren't polished, they weren't finished. But we had him, and I got 2 of my plays done, 2 of my full-length plays. He's the only guy who's produced my plays in Phoenix. And I was going to do a 3rd one, but my mother got sick, had a stroke right in the middle of it. But anyway, now, after leaving Phoenix, going to Utah, and writing this play, he's taken it to Los Angeles. Now, this is not too big a leap because he was born in Los Angeles. I went down there for him to be born, and then I took him back at least 3 or 4 times. So he did theater down there. He did it in middle school, he did it in high school, and he did it here in Phoenix. So So now he's returning to the city of his birth.
He was born there?
Yep, he was born there.
What was it, a Gerber baby or something like that?
No, he was born in the Seventh-day Adventist Hospital, which was vegetarian.
Oh, that's the Gerber baby hospital.
Oh, he was the cutest baby. I thought, he's going to be an actor. Look at this face, this adorable face, and blonde hair. So anyway, but what I want to talk about is what this play is about, Bohemian Cowboy. And he said, and I haven't seen it yet, but he said it's mostly about his relationship with his father, who he took to live with him in later years. We were divorced when he was only 5, so he didn't even already know him. So he took him to live with him. So he said he wanted a father, so he just took his dad in, and so he would stay with him 3 or 4 months every winter. From then on, most years. And they would sing together. And so this play is about his relationship with his father and what happened when his father was 74 years old, which was like about 4 years ago, since I'm 78 and we were the same age. He had started doing this thing of disappearing. When he got upset, he would just disappear and be gone for several days, maybe a week or more. and they'd have to go try to find him and figure out where he went. He was just one of these disappearing elders. Well, finally,
Disappearing elder, what the hell is that?
seniors, you know. So people would say, well, has he got Alzheimer's? What's happened to him? And finally, Raymond was scheduled to have hip replacement surgery because by then it was discovered he'd had a genetic defect in his hip, and it had started giving him a lot of problems. Well, just before he was to have this surgery, his father disappeared, and he said he does this. If I've got some big important thing going on, that's the very time he's going to disappear. Like he disappeared twice at the opening of a new play in Phoenix. So he disappeared, and Raymond went ahead, decided, well, he would have the hip surgery anyway. And then, I believe just before he had the hip surgery, they found his car, his truck, and he had gotten it stuck above Las Vegas, and he was nowhere to be found. So he went ahead, had the hip surgery, and then they started searching for him. They reported him missing, flyers were put up, even dogs were brought in to try to see if they could pick up where he went, because they told him that he would walk when he disappeared. He had been known to walk so long that his feet were bleeding. So, you know, but no trace of him was ever found. So he disappeared above the Valley of the Fire, above Las Vegas, on the turnoff to Valley of Fire.
A lot of guys disappear in that area.
The Valley of Fire, Las Vegas. And he still, it's 3 years later, and he's still never been, no trace of him has ever been found. So naturally, this is preying on, you know, my son's mind, and thinking about what it must have been like for him out there, you know, maybe he walked out in the desert, got turned around, didn't know whether he was coming, you know, there's all kinds of scenarios you can think of, but this, and then he wrote songs about it. And so this performance piece talks quite a lot about his dad and their relationship. It's a one-man show, and then Raymond sings some of the songs that he composed when he was singing with his dad. Because his dad had a beautiful singing voice, quite a lot of talent, but he had problems, I think, connected with this disappearing thing that...
Well, you got about less than 2 minutes, or if this is a promo.
Oh, well, anyway, but I think everybody,
You're in LA,
even
deaf,
yes. Now you can go to my blog, Daughters of the Shadow Man blog spot, and on my blog list I have the information about the tickets. I have Raymond's blog. He's been blogging about this experience in a blog called Cowboys and Bohemians. So anyway, I'm so excited, and I'm going to Los Angeles with my youngest son, Dan.
I'm pretty excited about that myself.
You're excited because I'm going to leave you for a few days and go down there and see the play myself.
You are coming back, though?
Well, I thought about it. And my oldest son, Gary, told me he was going to go. You know, all the sons at least are going to go down and see this play. I can't wait. It's at the Elephant Theater, Elephant Performance Lab. It's a small theater connected to the largest space in Los Angeles, West Hollywood, and I think it's going to be very exciting.
Be there or be square.
Very. I can't wait.